Whew. Just sitting down. I think I just sat down. Just getting it together. It's gonna be all right. We'll figure it out. We always seem to figure it out, or maybe we don't. Whatever we do, we're static. Whatever it is, we're doing it right. We're doing it right. Or wrong. I don't know. Happy Thursday. Hey, tomorrow's Friday. Yay. I need to get a button on here for celebration. Face over there with her diesel powered computer. Trying to get that thing cranked up over there. That thing turn over yet? You got talking to the microphone. Oh, never mind. She said hi, guys. Like old school. You could hear in the background, right? Some good stuff. Good stuff. Anyway, so hey, it's Thursday. I like it. I'll take it. Still getting a couple things situated here. So bear with us because we've only been doing this for what, 4 years now? So hey, eventually we'll get it all straight. Maybe. Maybe we will. There that is. We pull that up and then we'll be good. I swear. I swear. So a lot of stupid stuff's going on in the news lately. I noticed there's an outbreak of rage baiters going on. Heard you plug in over there. Did you plug in over there? Okay. So yeah, we have a lot of rage baiters out there doing their rage baiter stuff. I hope people see through it and don't waste any time on giving them any energy or space. We're going to spend a little time on giving them some energy and space, though. So I guess that's a bit hypocritical, but whatever. It is what it is. The Virginia Supreme Court recently in Virginia, they had that ridiculous gerrymandering vote, which would have taken the elected representatives from the left and the right from a 6-5 split to a 10-1 split. And then the Supreme Court in Virginia struck that down. And if I was a professional, this would already be on the screen, but I'm not.
We got some more breaking news. This just handed down moments ago from the Virginia State Supreme Court ruling the process to redraw that state's congressional maps is unconstitutional. They had a referendum on this statewide. Shannon Bream is here to join Instant Reaction. Shannon, welcome to our coverage. Good day to you. A couple of things here just come to mind. Barack Obama was out there campaigning to make sure people were into this issue and would get out. It passed, but not by a lot, but it did pass. And it would have effectively, Democrats believe, made it 10-1 Democrats to
That seems
Republicans.
fair, 10-1.
I think the current figuration is 6-5.
Right.
So this is thrown out. Is that the end of the line for now, Shannon?
It sounds like it, because this was an issue of the Virginia Constitution. It was a state law issue. And critics of this referendum have said from the beginning that Democrats were on thin ice because they did not follow procedures as outlined by state law and state constitution. And what the court ended up saying here is that violation irreparably undermined the integrity of the entire voting referendum.
Yeah. Okay. So that's, it's a boring topic. Let's be real. It's kind of a boring topic, so it's not going to get a lot of attention. And this is kind of old news, but I wanted to touch on it because of the response that the Democrats are giving, which is just kind of remarkable, if you ask me. But what they're trying to do, they're trying to do a couple things. So they're all mad at the Supreme Court in Virginia because the reason that they ruled it unconstitutional, and this is some really exciting stuff, guys. So just calm down. Everybody relax. Just relax. Don't get too excited over this stuff.
Time for some coffee.
Oh.
Shut up.
I missed you, man.
Yeah. Hi, guys. I'm back.
When they ruled on the unconstitutional, Virginia's Constitution, Article 7, Section 1, requires a specific multi-step process for constitutional amendments. Long story short, it has to go to the General Assembly, then it has to be an intervening general election so voters can consider the issue. And then the assembly must approve it of a second time, yada, 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 yada. So anyway, they struck it down. That's the Supreme Court of Virginia struck it down. It's over now, right? I think it's over now. Is it though? Wait till you hear what they're trying to do now.
New developments tonight in the redistricting fight here in Virginia. Democrats have now filed an emergency appeal with the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn Virginia's Supreme Court ruling.
This comes just days after the Commonwealth's High Court ruled the vote was not valid because it did not follow the right procedure.
You ever notice that whenever the courts rule something for the Republicans, they're supposed to follow it, but when the Democrats do, they do what they can not to follow? I mean, yeah.
ABC 13's Alexia Stambridge takes a look at some of the other options Democrats are now considering.
These should not be considered options. Okay, none of this stuff here should be considered options.
New York Times and the Down Ballot report, Democratic members of Congress and some Virginia Democrats have discussed possible next steps. One idea reportedly includes a plan to throw out the original referendum so state lawmakers can redraw a new one. It would include lowering the mandatory retirement age for Virginia Supreme Court justices to 54. Lawmakers say currently all 7 justices are over that age.
It is a terrible attack on the checks and balances that some would suggest getting rid of all 7 Supreme Court justices immediately because they were upset with the decision.
Local Democratic lawmakers say they do not support that idea either.
I don't think Virginia Democrats have ever even considered the notion of changing the rules. It's not the way you respond to a case.
That's not what Hakeem
you disagree with.
I would not be in favor of it, and I have not heard anyone talking about it.
In the meantime, Republicans are celebrating the state Supreme Court's decision to strike down the referendum.
I'm glad to see a couple of Democrats are saying that that's not a good thing and that they wouldn't support that. That's encouraging to hear. Although it shouldn't have went to the Supreme Court. Oh, I pulled my hat off, babe. Those haters out there that always ask me to pull my hat off. They're going to clip that. I bet they clip it, babe. What am I going to do? I'm going to be ruined, babe. People are going to know. People are going to know the truth.
I think that people over 65, I kind of agree with that. I don't know about taking them all out right now. I don't agree with that part.
Boom, click.
Yeah, I don't
Gone.
agree with that part. But, you know, moving forward in the next tenure or whatever, I would think, yeah, at 65, like, it's time to retire and go live your life. And times have changed too. And I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, because I do like the older generation that brings in old stuff, combines old things with new things, and they try to make it work. But sometimes I feel like they're just out of it.
Mm-hmm. The news reports I saw at the time after they struck it down were the news. They were reporting this as news. One of it says, struck down the Virginia congressional redistricting plan that crucially had been approved by the state voters in a special election last month. They're not wrong, but they reported as news that Virginia Supreme Court set aside the will of millions and that they decided to subvert the will of the people. They attacked democracy. They are all racists. That's a good one. Always racists. That's one of the most powerful ones, right? Racism. The truth is, the left is simply just angry. And I don't know if you've noticed this over the years. Those of you who have been around over the years, as far as the left goes, they don't know what to do with that anger. They don't seem to ever have a positive way to get that out. You know, it's always got to be violence or whatever. It's always got to be something. It's never good, it doesn't seem like. They're angry that they don't, once again, get away with their anti-American plans. They don't get to sidestep the Constitution and solidify control for decades. They lost. The judiciary did its job. And they still don't want to give up. They want to force them out. They want to stack the court. They want to do all kinds of other things because they can't get the court to give them the ruling that they want. So days after losing that election gerrymandering case, they filed that immediate emergency Supreme Court application, yada, yada, yada. So now they want to go to the Supreme Court arguing that general language in the law means election day and not the previous 45 days of mail-in voting. But that's going to be something that goes in there and kicks them in the butt, because it used to mean, that language used to mean election day, because election day was a thing. Remember that? Election day. You'd go there and you'd vote on election day. It was amazing. It's amazing how it worked. And then they had like the results that evening. It's crazy how the technology has really slowed it down. But anyway, on a different, continuing on. So the language says general election day, and not the previous 45 days of mail-in voting, because that's not election day. Now they have that plot to lower the retirement age, to force them out, to force the whole court out. It's just tyranny is what it is. Just another dirty attempt to trample the Constitution that they claim to. And I'll remind you, took an oath to defend. They smile and they lie to your face. They stab you in the back and they pull the knife halfway out, and then they call it progress. Enough on that. Chud news. I never heard that word before until we were in D.C. Came from the left. What's that word actually mean, babe? Do you know what that word actually means?
I looked it up a while. Hold on, I'll look it up.
Yeah, look it up. Would you mind reading that? We got our research department on that right now. Chud the Builder. Let's get an update on Chud the Builder.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Chud is a derogatory internet slang term used to describe someone, usually a man, who
Okay.
is perceived as boorish, unintelligent, or socially regressive. In modern political discourse, it is often used as a left-wing insult directed at individuals with far-right or reactionary views.
Oh.
That is all.
Oh. Oh.
So they made it up.
What?
I said, so they made it up, basically.
Oh, yeah. So Chud the Builder update. Interesting he named himself that. Dalton Etherly, aka Chud the Builder, the 28-year-old rage-baiting streamer famous for public confrontations and dropping unfiltered slurs, is now facing attempted murder charges after a shooting outside the Montgomery County Courthouse in Clarksville, Tennessee yesterday.
If you recall, we did mention, well, he mentioned him last week.
Yeah, I'm gonna cover it. I'm gonna go back. I'm actually gonna read a couple of my notes from the previous week. We do that here. What charges did he get? So, attempted murder, aggravated assault, reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon, employing a firearm during a dangerous felony, held without bond pending arraignment. It's almost as if people could have predicted this was going to happen. And on a side note, this is probably what he wanted to happen. This is his big moment now. All he has to do in his mind is survive a couple weeks or months or maybe a couple years. You know, worst case scenario as far as in his mind. In jail, and then he gets out and he's famous. And he's famous. And he's the victim and all that. Reminds you, last week I read some comments that he posted online. I would defend my life with lethal force. Do not approach me with intent to threaten bodily harm. Nothing really wrong with that. Like, when I inevitably shoot one of you animals for threatening an American life, yada, yada, yada. Walk up on me, I'll blow your ass away. Premeditated self-defense. Now, see, those posts are not going to look good, as I talked about last week. It's not going to look good when it comes time that he has to go in front of a jury, and he, lo and behold, will be now going in front of a judge and a jury, and he'll be deciding his fate. All because of his ridiculous actions. He kind of got what he wanted.
Are you going to tell us what happened? Are you going to
Yes.
show us what happened? All right, because I don't know.
I have it
I just
all
have seen
queued
his
up.
name in the news, and I didn't know what was going on.
I have it all queued up. So, I can't. The problem with his videos is he says the N-word like a lot, and so I can't really play it anywhere. You know what I mean? And it's hard to find edited videos. I played some the other day. Essentially, the idea is this guy goes around. I'll bring up the screen. Guy goes around on his little live stream, and he goes around. He finds black people, usually smaller, younger black people, and he either tries to start problems with them somehow so that he can get it on tape and say, "Oh, they're chimping out," and yada yada yada, and all that kind of stuff. And it's not an interesting story. I say later, it's not. This story doesn't matter. It's like outside of just a case study. This story is really not that important. It's really not. It's interesting, I think, to me because it's like, okay, so how are they going to play this? You know, it's going to come out, I think, a different way than people were thinking. But here's the video. Chud's the guy on the bottom, and Joshua Fox is the guy on the top. And on the video, it's hard to really. I'm sure there'll be more video that comes out. I haven't seen any. Maybe it was on his live stream. I really don't know. I haven't been interested enough to figure it out because basically both of these two people are morons. You know, both of those two people are morons. Neither one of those two people are innocent people. You know. On the same note, I'll stand here, and I have before, and I did last week, and I'll do it again. I'll defend his right to say what he wants. Free speech, you know, the speech that needs protection is not the speech that we all like. it's not that small talk that we discuss the weather that needs the First Amendment for protection. It's not that one. It's a different one. So this video is from an office building. Some ladies recording, and I guess I'll go over what happens after. You can't really quite tell too much from this video. It's kind of grainy. It's kind of blurry, but you get the idea.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
They're out here.
Somebody got shot.
Yeah.
Bigger, maybe it helps. I don't know.
Yeah.
In between.
They got
Yeah.
him.
They got him. Holy fuck.
Is someone down? I just see the one guy.
Oh my God.
It's okay, Mav.
All right. Sorry, that made my heart beat.
No,
Alright.
I'm right there.
Oh, he's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead. He's fucking dead.
He's not dead. They're both still off.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Someone called him because I'm recording.
I'm calling him. I'm calling him.
So there you have it.
Have you seen video before that or no?
No, that's the only video I've seen, and let me play the beginning of it again whenever it was first going on. I'm gonna see if I can.
Oh my God.
All right, so I can't. It's hard to tell exactly what's happening here. It looks like they're already fighting right there in the video. Then they go down, and I'll go over. I'll go over here in a second. The account of what happened. The account. You can go on and play it. He talks about it on his live stream. You can hear it, the audio of it. But essentially, the only thing that's going to help Chud is if the evidence indicates that Joshua Fox went to the Montgomery County Courthouse in Clarksville, Tennessee, specifically to connect with Chud the Builder, and then to assault or confront him. That's important. And I think that's going to be what ends up changing the outcome of this case, where people don't it's going to end somewhere different than people think it's going to end. So how it went down. Chud was at the courthouse for a debt hearing on an unrelated court matter. A confrontation escalated outside Fox 31, identified as an Army veteran. Someone said, the witness said that the Fox approached or attacked Chud, who was walking away. Fox reportedly slammed him, punched him, including while on top, and tried to wrestle for his gun. Chud drew and fired, hitting Fox in the shoulder and stomach. Fox was airlifted and underwent surgery. Chud was grazed in his arm by his own gun. Cheddar Bob comes to mind. Chud was charged with attempted murder and other felonies. He's claimed self-defense on video. Fox has not been charged publicly as of the latest reports. So it appears to me that this Fox guy went there looking for this trouble. That's what it seems like to me. And if that's the case, it's going to change a lot of things. If that guy came over and threw the first punch and was on top of, I feel ridiculous saying it, was on top of Chud, throwing punches down on him, I mean, isn't that the definition of self-defense? If it seems to me, I know it's going to be a sticky one because people are going to say that he was out there just instigating all this stuff. Multiple accounts and posts describe Fox as having pursued Chud after an initial exchange. Chud said he approached a group pointing at him, then walked away before being attacked. If they can say that he went down there on purpose in order to confront him, then that means he didn't just stumble into the situation. He went there with intent, which is a very important word. He went there with intent. To do some damage. Fox's family, I don't know if you're going to believe this, babe. Fox's family set up a GoFundMe, portraying him as a victim of a racist attack. Counter narratives highlight Fox's prior aggravated domestic assault charges in 2024 when he allegedly tried to burn down the apartment that he was living in and threatened his wife with a screwdriver. So we're dealing with some really, really top-notch people here. Here's a video of him after the fact. I'm going to play this. This will kind of cover it a little bit. Let's get this up on the screen.
Some breaking news to tell you about the social media influencer known as Chud the Builder is now facing an attempted murder charge after a shooting today outside the Montgomery County Courthouse. Deputies say Dalton Etherly, better known as social media as Chud the Builder, was involved in a fight leading to gunfire. Both men were hospitalized. Deputies just arrested Etherly, charging him with attempted murder, aggravated assault, and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. Tonight, he's being held in the Montgomery County Jail.
Yeah, that was when he was right after the fact, but he was talking on his live stream, basically just said the exact account that I told pretty much, but that's what a lot of witnesses said too. So, so let's see. So the charges that he's got right now are criminal attempted murder, a Class A felony. This is attempted first-degree murder under Tennessee law. Employing a firearm during commission of a dangerous felony. Aggravated assault. Reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. He was booked into Montgomery County Jail Wednesday evening, May 13th, and is being held pending arraignment, no bond set as of late May 14th. Tennessee sentencing for a Class A felony, attempted murder. So what's he looking at? What kind of time is he looking at? Well, first offense with no priors, 15 to 25. 15 to 25. Higher ranges if there's any priors or enhancements apply. So it could be up to 60 years. There's people out there saying 61 years. They're pushing that for effect. That's the maximum. They tell you the maximum because, oh my God, 60 years. Get you watching, get you clicking. A fine up to $50,000. And let's see, the firearm charge and others can run consecutive or concurrent, but the attempted murder count drives the big time. Yeah. So as usual, and before this becomes this gets manufactured into some sort of a race war, hold. As I said before, first of all, who cares? This is not a story that has any impact on anything except for influencing the people in a certain direction. That's the only power this story has, the only importance that this story has. And don't think that the people in charge don't know that. I'm sure I would expect Jake Lang to show up there any day now. Although he won't, because that show already has a main character. Essentially it's a case study. It's an interesting case study. Nothing else. Nothing more than that. Just another talentless, rage-baiting live streamer. They're a dime a dozen. We saw them in DC, and they're still at it today, sadly enough. Look at all the clowns in Portland at the ICE facility. They're everywhere. It's an easy way to make money and to feel famous. Babe, I feel famous. Tell me how big a deal I am, babe. Tell me how important I am, babe. Tell me how much I matter. Come on.
You're a goofball. You matter. You matter, babe.
I was hoping for something a little bit more glorious, but I'll
I'm
take
maybe
it.
sitting in the chat over here. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I'll take it. I'm sorry I pulled you out of the chat.
Good.
If you were like in the 80s on a TV show, you'd be a producer. I could see you up in the producer room, whatever they call that, like turned around with your back to your work, watching the TV show on a little TV. Anyway, they're everywhere. The more drama, the better. The more drama, the more donations come pouring in. Part of the problem with those donations is that people at home think that they're part of they're helping, like they're involved. The only thing you're involved in is paying these people's mortgages. That's it. If the streamers weren't manufacturing the drama at the start, they soon will. At whatever event or whatever we're talking about, if they're not manufacturing it in the beginning, eventually they will. Eventually they'll be the guy behind the camera trying to instigate people and then turning the camera that direction. Seen it a million times. People in here, we all know some people that do that stuff. It's lame. It's lame. It looks brave, but it's lame. It's just like the other streamers that I've mentioned before that go out there and they'll find police officers out there on the street and they'll get out there and they'll yell and scream at them and disrespect them. And they'll push that line right to the edge. Try to get that cop to react in any way they can, because if they get that cop to react, that's a payday. If they get arrested, that's a payday. Anything happens at all, if that cop reacts in almost any way at all, that's a payday. So really, they look brave because they're standing up to these police officers. They're challenging authority. But in reality, it's the safest people out there to mess with. It's all about optics. What's it look like? Not what is it? So they manufacture because it's too profitable not to. You can't pass on that. Especially when these people, so many of them are willing to trade their integrity and their morals for clicks and views. They're going to try to turn this into a racial issue as big as possible, as soon as possible. To remind black people. So maybe I should. To remind black people that they are supposed to hate white people. And hey, white people. Hey, Faith.
Yep.
You're a white person.
Yep.
You're supposed to hate black people.
No,
you're supposed to.
No.
You're supposed to, though.
That's what they want, but no, I'm not supposed to.
You got to focus on the colors. You got to focus on all that stuff. Don't focus on what's going on in Washington or in your state capitals across the countries. Focus on our differences, not our similarities.
We actually have more in common.
Yeah, we do. Way more. Way more. It's much more profitable to focus on differences. Much more profitable. That is the design of the system. Speaking of focusing on differences, Jake Lang's back at it again. And we're not going to spend a lot of time on Jake Lang himself either, but we will do a bit of a case study on this as well, because I got into an interesting conversation on the social media today. The player in the game there. And I thought it was an interesting take, and I just thought I'd bring it up and maybe we could discuss it, because I'm not understanding. I mean, I do understand it, but I wish more people understood it. Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Don't you have a sneeze button?
No.
Oh. Hey, we need donations so we can buy a sneeze button. A big red sneeze button. They're super expensive. We're gonna need that. So everybody go ahead and dip into their pockets, and we're gonna find ourselves a sneeze button. Start looking those up, babe. Price those out, would you? Wonderful. Outstanding. That's outstanding. I love it. I love it when a plan comes together.
There it is.
There he is again, lighting books on fire at some mosque. I don't even care where. I think it's in Michigan. Oh, there you go, Dearborn.
From a person chemically.
Well, this was kind of interesting though. He lights the book on fire, and then someone comes up and throws what I would assume is water at the flames that are burning, and then he tries to say that he's irritating his skin, but you never hear about it again later. So I guess it was just water.
It's your protest. There it is. Anti-racist baby. Spraying the spraying. I have chemicals from a person chemically spraying me. Stop. I have abrasions on my neck.
That's the angle. The other side goes, he's hurting himself like they were trying to save him. They're trying to help Jake Lang out.
They're reacting with my skin and hurting me. This person is just assaulting me. This person is just assaulting me. The chemicals are reacting with my skin. Look. This is chemicals on me.
Maybe you don't light fires then.
Do you not give a shit? I'm allowed to light a fire. It's my right. This is a book in my hand. It's America.
Everything's your fucking right.
Of course it is. I can do anything other than it's America. I can do anything other than violate your rights. That's how it is. You don't violate mine, I will violate yours. That's it. It's America.
What about religious freedom then?
Of course, but this is a military outpost. This is not a religion. They're taking over. They're taking over Congress, taking over school board, taking over City Hall.
The thing is that what he's saying there isn't wrong. It's not necessarily wrong, and that's what gives it power. The greatest propaganda is built on half truths, so that you can go back and go, "Nah, look, huh? These glasses have two lenses. They said if any glasses have two lenses, they got it's just stupid. It's just stupid. I just don't understand how so many people fall for it.
This is not what a religion looks like. Your taxes paid for that building. Do you have underwear on your face? This guy's got literally has underwear on.
He actually does have underwear on his face, which is kind of weird.
A shit stain right in his mouth. It's your mom's underwear, bitch. Come here, why are you running? If I'm gonna stay over here, they have to stay over there. No, they're allowed to harass me. This is America. You said stay over there. This is America. Yes, I guess.
You can see the cops don't want anything to do with him.
This is America. Can I have a You cannot open burn. In my I can't. So wait. No, you can't. You're gonna hurt yourself, bitch. You're gonna hurt yourself, bitch. I can light a book on fire. You're gonna hurt yourself. Completely legal. That's not open burn. That's I can't smoke a cigarette. You're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna hurt yourself, bitch. Arrest me for lighting this anti-racist. You're gonna hurt yourself. Arrest me for lighting anti-racist, baby. Did you raise an anti?
Anyway, we get it, right? I mean, we get it. It's the same old garbage he does every time. It's played out. It's played out. It's boring.
To me, it's obvious propaganda. I don't know, but you'd have to follow. You'd have to have known probably the past couple years of social medias and all that stuff. If you just jump in the live stream that day, you're like, "Oh, this guy's a champ."
It's a shame. It's a shame. It's easy to fool people nowadays because a lot of people think that what's on TV is real. No matter what, it's real. This is another part of the scene here where the guy with the cowboy hat, that's Guy Reffitt, a J6er, is there with him, which is troubling, but whatever. So this is a particularly lovely little short clip, and then I won't play any more of him. I'm going to get to talking about that little conversation I had there.
I'm a militia guy and you're a pedophile. Fuck you.
No, he's not.
I'm not a griper. I just know that you're a fucking pedo and you were messaging someone who was
Get fuck out of here. Yeah, you nigger wife.
Wow.
Nice.
Your wife's whiter than me. Hey, let's go grab some lunch. I'll text you. We're rolling. I'll park right here. All right, tell me where you're going. July 1st. Men or mice. Let's play chicken.
Oh, yeah, there's one clip I need to play. I forgot.
Don't send no black police officer at me to confiscate my guns.
How could the blatant racism?
And a woman and a hijab police officer to confiscate my gun. I guarantee it.
I'm a militia guy and you're a pedo.
I don't. If you're following, I'm gonna have to find this other one here real quick. So, Faith.
Yeah.
I'll just fill in the space, Faith. Can you fill in some space?
Oh.
Just for a second.
Fill in
Just
some space.
talk about
Well,
Jake Lang, man.
Black Smoke and I want to go back to the 80s when none of this weird shit existed.
That sounds like fun.
I agree. And again, it probably was all going on back then. We just didn't have social media to just tell us every second of the day what's been going on the minute it happens. As far as Jake goes, I know like a little bit of stuff from him from like his arrest and yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going by what I've seen like since the Jake Metcalf thing. It was weird. I just think it was weird. And I, like I said, I know his name and I knew a little bit about his incarceration and whatnot, but I just took it from zero and started watching when he went to Jake Metcalf. I think I saw something before that. I think there was something in Minnesota before that, I think, but I just think it's obvious that he's just trying to stir the pot. I think it's obvious to me. It seems obvious that he's trying to make MAGA look bad. So people like This'll Do in the chat can assume that we are them and every MAGA person is this guy. Just like I think that it goes on the other side too. That's why I think it's important to quit with the group thing. Quit thinking that because he claims to be MAGA, that he's me or vice versa. It's just not the way it is. But the group think seems to absorb people's minds, everybody's minds. And then it's hard to stand against the crowd. Personally, I like standing against the crowd a little bit, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people are like, just agree. Yeah, yep. Instead of standing up and being like, well, I mean, no, I'm not a big fan of that guy. I don't like what he does, because then somebody might not like you. And then, so what? But some people really care about that. Yes, Bob, we have all kinds of stuff like that from the left. Come on, man. So we are watching right-wing racism on display in all those videos. Got anything like that from the left? Yes. How about Shoot MAGA?
Yes. Hang on.
How about all those videos?
How don't you see it? Don't you see it?
He doesn't want to see it. That's what I'm saying.
How you don't see it? Listen to yourself, Bob. Right-wing show here. We go on and complain about racism on the right, hold our own people accountable, and that's your response. Dude, pull out of the political game and just be human. Just be a human for a little while. Let's just be humans to each other and go that route with it. On a side note, and judging by what I'm seeing here, I have a feeling that Jake Lang is going to go down the road of the next time you see him, he's going to get arrested, and it's going to be a big thing because he has to come on, Chuds out there. He's got competition now, so he's going to have to get those, got to steal those news stories. Poor Jake. What was it last time that happened? Whenever he did a big thing. Was it whenever Trump went to Venezuela, or was it the Iran thing or whatever? There was something last time Jake tried something with his rider van and whatever he was doing. And there was some other big news event that happened that day that just crushed his news and pushed him right out of the news again. And now it's happening again, but it's happening by one of his own racist brothers. Just amazing. But anyway, you see this and this video here, and it's like, you could tell something's going to happen, or he wants us to think something's going to happen one way or the other. I think it's not going to end well.
Your commanding officer
Talking to police
will tell you to take my gun. Are you prepared for the consequences of that? Are you prepared to roll over on your oath and take my weapon that I displayed today without incident? Are you ready to lose your life trying to take my...
He is talking to a police officer. I get it. You know how to do it, right? You know how to do it. You do it right up to the edge. So you can't be, I mean, he's not really good at doing that. He usually oftentimes steps over the edge, doesn't he?
Today, without incident. Are you ready to lose your life trying to take my weapon? Are you ready to disintegrate our forefathers' constitutional rights to take my weapon? Are you willing to become a jackboot redcoat thug to take my weapon? Or are you willing to be the honorable man you are today? You have to either lose your honor or disobeying unlawful order. Either one. You make the decision July 1st. My trigger finger's ready. Don't touch my gun. Don't touch my gun. Don't touch my
My
gun.
trigger finger's ready. What's that mean?
Right?
2 words for you. Kyle Rittenhouse, motherfucker. Touch my gun. July 1st. Kyle Rittenhouse. Remember that. Acquitted. Acquitted.
He won't be. He's doing the same thing that Chud did.
Don't forget it. You work for us. You work for God. You work for
He's
the Constitution.
on the camera. That's what
and
he's
you work
doing
the
this for.
taxpayer.
Did you currently have charges in D.C. for
Right.
threatening a police officer?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Same exact thing.
Yep. What a pirate got off. Yes, I do. Same exact thing. I'm gonna need you to explain that one because I don't see that at all. But well, we can agree to disagree. So he's back at it again, and I don't want to spend too much time on Jake, so I'm going to pass on any more discussion about Jake. It's the same thing. It's the same boring, garbage, rage baiting crap. It's the same thing every time, and as the same thing every time, no one showed up again. So there's no one on the other side of these cameras. I saw someone earlier recording, and they kind of did a pan of the whole situation. There's like 8 people there, and most of them had phones in their hands. No one cares about this guy. He's going out there to try to get he wants to get as much steam as he can, get people angry as he can, yada yada yada. But it's not working for him. First of all,
That's the thing. It'll be, to me, it's that's how things like this go viral. It'll go viral because he's doing whatever. And then people think because people saw it, now everybody thinks that way. Everybody agrees with this guy. Everybody thinks that's okay, and that's just not the case.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't provide a service. He doesn't provide a purpose. I can't imagine what it is. But he is useful. He is useful. He does provide one service, actually. Actually, he does. Jake exposes people. I don't think he knows he does it. I'm pretty sure he's not even really aware of it, but he exposes the people who stand next to him while he spews his hate. He exposes the people that carry his water. Some of them literally, as you just saw there. Jake's not doing this for the right reasons, and that's a dangerous statement to say. Oh, the right reasons, or what are the right reasons? Anything except for just to get rich and famous are better than that. And anyone associating with this well-known provocateur shouldn't be trusted. I had a short exchange with somebody today online about that very topic. I had it on the screen so I could look at it, but now I don't. Go figure. Hang on one second. It irritates me too. Is like so many people out there claim to be honest. They claim to be operating with integrity or fighting the good fight or whatever. They're always doing it for the right reasons. Always for the right reasons. So anyway, I saw somebody made a post today about how Guy Raffett was with Jake Lang there and wherever the hell he was. Who cares? Dearborn, I guess it was, right? And as far as I'm concerned, if you partner with Jake Lang or people like him, then you're one of two things. You're an idiot or you're a benefactor. That's it. I made a comment on that post that said dogs lay with dogs. Anyone who chooses to roll with Jake Lang has proven to lack discernment. And the comment that I received back from that person was interesting to me because he said, utilize your resources. Not all resources are gold, some are coal. Utilize your resources. Resources is an interesting word there. And not all resources are gold, some are coal. So he looks at Jake Lang. This is from Guy Ruffett. So he looks at Jake Lang as a resource. How? Okay, so he's a resource. All right, so a resource for what? Is he a resource for the movement? Certainly not. Anyone with a brain can tell that he is not a resource for the conservative movement. He's a resource for himself. He is a resource for anyone on the left because he makes the right look ridiculous. He makes us look unhinged. He makes us look angry. He makes us look everything that the other side says that we are. He validates it. I mentioned to him, the guy, that rebranding a liability as an asset so that you can ignore your own poor or opportunistic choices is weak. Not all resources are resources. Some are liabilities. True leaders understand that. Framing this as utilizing resources is silly. Hashtag what a crowd. Because like I said, there was like 6 people there. It was just that language that got to me. He can have his opinion. I'm not whatever. But that the resources thing, who's he a resource to? Is he a resource to the benefactor? Are you a benefactor? I don't know. I just don't see. I personally, I'm like, I couldn't partner with someone who I was a known scumbag, like a known provocateur. I couldn't do it because I would be sacrificing my own principles while I was engaged in that, whatever that was. And I'm not interested in that. I don't want to do that. If I make it, then I'll make it being who I am and saying what I believe and not what someone else said I should say or what I should believe. I'm not going to do it by lying or making up a character or playing a part or antagonizing people so I can film it or any of that garbage. I won't be doing it. I never have. I never will. Maybe I'd have more followers if I did. Who knows? Maybe I'd have less. It's not why I'm here. I'm not watching that number super close. I'm just not. I probably should. Maybe I'd be more successful if I did, but I'm just not going to do it. It is important that the people that we choose to follow are involved for the right reasons. Let me rephrase that. Maybe not the right reasons, because that's a qualifier, and then you have to define the right reasons. And there's a lot of right reasons. You can have a lot of right reasons. It's more important to me that the people aren't in it for the wrong reasons. To get rich, to get famous, to whatever, to not have to have a full-time job so they can make money off YouTube and whatever. Live in a van down by the river. So who is Jake Lang a resource for? Who is he a resource for? Him. He's a resource for him. He's a resource for people who attack the conservative movement. He's a resource for people who attack the Christian movement. He's a resource for people that attack the Trump movement or the MAGA movement. He's a resource for people that attack conservatives or Republicans or anyone on the right. That's who he's a resource for. Any movement with any self-preservation or any logic or reason at the top of the food chain at their leadership would have taken this guy and removed him from it by now. I know he's not associated with any specific movement, so that can't really be done, but man, He should be ostracized. He should be shamed. People on our side, if you want to play into that, need to stop sacrificing their principles to stand with people like Jake Lang for whatever resourceful reason that they can think of. It doesn't matter what your reason is. Even if it's a good reason, you're sacrificing principles for it or exposing your lack of them. The ends do not justify the means. I want to win this God's way. I want to go to work, so to speak, and come home with a clean conscience. I don't want to win by lying, cheating, stealing, and doing it our way or whatever. Principles matter. Jake Lang is toxic. We cannot continue to pretend that toxicity is strategy. It is not. Not our strategy, anyway. Yeah. They ever give an answer to this one? So we're watching right-wing racism. No. Okay.
Yeah, he just asked for proof that it happens on the left.
How do you feel about Trump's settlement today with the Department of Justice? I don't know about it, actually. I haven't seen anything about it. So I'll have to look up. You'll have to tune in on the next show, which won't be Saturday morning because we have some plans early in the morning on Saturday. So it won't be on Saturday morning. Sorry to say. I'm sure people out there are very upset. I'm sure they're very upset. On a side note, here's the nut job that took, I guess this guy ran up and stole Chud's hat like the day before the shooting. And then he was trying to get famous off it as well, I think. It's what's happening here. But
hey, Chud the Builder, come get your hat back in blood, little nigga. Phase 1 of Big is complete. I just took the fucking hat off the biggest faggot's head, and I ran that thing out of his own fucking city. This is just the fucking beginning. Phase 2 of Big starts tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hey, Chud the Builder.
phase 2 starts 8 p.m. East. I wonder whatever happened with that. If there was a phase 2. Oh, then I forgot to play this. This is the audio of him sitting on the stretcher.
I walked up to him because they were pointing at me. They were laughing. They were pointing at me, and I said, "What's up, guys? How y'all doing?" I said, "Y'all like the new suit?" He said, "Walk away from me." I walked away from him. He came back up to me. He literally said, "I have PTSD. I feel like I'm in." He said, "You start saying all that chimp out shit to me, I'm gonna hit you." He hit me, started wailing on me, even after I had to defend myself by shooting him. He's still wailing on me.
Where's your weapon at?
They have everything.
What weapon is that right there?
I believe that's. Is that yours?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
imagine he's talking to them right now. Oh no, you guys are good. Do your thing. Okay. He has a graze. I call it a graze to the left arm. He has slight abrasion right here on his head. Maybe some scrapes.
Moron. What a guy. Get out there and make some money. Make some money. Just throwing people under the bus. I wish society was just nicer to people. Why can't we just be nicer to people? Rodney King asked.
What I'm saying, if he was he going to court? Why did he have a gun on him? How did he get the?
He always carries one.
What was he going to court, or was he just outside of the courtroom?
Oh wait, that's a good point. Well, he has a buddy with him. Maybe he held on to it when he went into court because he couldn't have taken it in the courtroom. But that's a good point there.
That's kind of where I'm at with it. Was what do you have it for? Oops, sorry about my alarm, guys.
It's old person bedtime alarm.
Oh my gosh, over here. You guys over there.
Well, what's the matter? What's
getting
going
on my nerves.
What happened?
It's just full of trolls that are consistently going after one chatter.
Who are they going after?
Sure.
Oh, well, why are they doing that?
Well, because I keep blocking the one, so then they come in with an alt. And
Oh,
then an alt,
well,
and then an
so
alt,
stay
and
busy
then an
over
alt.
there. Stay busy over there, Faith. Doing good work.
So they're saying that Trump sued the IRS. This
Oh,
dude
okay.
said he sued the IRS for his taxes getting leaked, which he promised over and over to release and never did. Okay, but if they leaked them, then that still wasn't okay. But
Yeah, right.
the other chat said 1.7 million is going to 1.7 billion dollars of taxpayer dollars going to your boy.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know if they heard that. Sometimes you'll say that when I'm
Oh.
watching, and I didn't hear what played in my ear.
That's helpful to know.
So Tiny Tim said 1.7 billion dollars of taxpayer dollars going to your boy. 1.7 billion is what he won for them releasing his taxes. Is that what you're suggesting? Because he cares. Oh, Tiny Tim obviously is a hater too. But
No
all right,
way.
whatever. Yeah, well, if they leaked it, then that's a problem. Whether you like Trump or not, it's still a problem. It's the same thing I've been going on with people about J6ers. Same thing as doofus Jake Lang or whatnot, whatever. I may not agree with him, but he still has rights.
No court has ordered the IRS to pay Trump anything. The case is in settlement talks with lawyers requesting pauses for negotiations. Okay.
So no money's going to anybody yet.
And it's not hard to find out things. It's really not like that, so that probably came from some post on social media that say he's getting all this money. It's outrageous. And maybe it'll turn out to be the right number. Who knows? But right now, it's not. Right now, it's not. Seems like it's not. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know everything. How many people from the Epstein sex ring got arrested? Not enough. I think the number is 0, right? Is it 0? That's a damn shame. It shouldn't be 0, that's for sure. But I'm a realist. Like, it's when people like me, I'll go out there, hey, it's not that I don't care. It's that nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen with the Epstein list. It's just a realistic. I've been around long enough to know. I would love to see all those people face justice, real justice in public places, maybe even on pay-per-view. I would just love that. But it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
You can go to live in France, but you cannot become a Frenchman. You can go to live in Germany or Turkey or Japan, but you cannot become a German, a Turk, or Japanese. But anyone from any corner of the earth can come to live in America and become an American. You can go to live in France, but you cannot become a Frenchman.
Amen. Need more of that. That's what we need. A chicho. Yeah, it's like we're not out here. I'm not out here being like, hey, Trump's the greatest president in the history of the world. No, because then I would just be some guy pushing the narratives that I've been fed. I'm not interested in doing that. I understand both sides have morons on them. Both sides have useful idiots. Both sides have people just I read that headline on social media. Let me go type that in here and spread it as fast as I possibly can. And then 10 people spread it, and then 10 more, and 10 more, and 10 more, and 10 more. And then it's fact. But it's really not. That's the problem. You go on social media and you see conversations between people, and it looks like it's just AI talking to AI. It's amazing how much smarter people got. Everybody's an amazing writer on social media. I didn't know if you knew that, but you have to have a 4-year English degree. You got to have a master's in English lit to be on there now. I don't know if you know that, but you do. Apparently you do. It seems like you do. And I go out there and I'm typing with 2 fingers, spelling words wrong. Face yelling at me when I spell them wrong all the time.
These people are crazy.
Man yelling at me. She's very abusive. You don't see it. She hides the bruises under my clothes. Right, Faith?
Stop.
What?
I said, oh, stop.
Why are you acting like it's not real? I'm trying to look through your Facebook things you gave me, but I'm not sure what your
Sheriff, why'd you let me?
That's not what it was supposed to play. I hate Facebook because it automatically plays the next videos.
Oh, the one with Chuck Schumer.
I just clicked it. Wow, I
That
just
was a good
clicked it.
one.
Yeah, that's crazy. Let me pull that up. Was it called the hantavirus?
Yeah.
The hantavirus is coming, everybody. So be ready. Be ready to just go about your daily business, but you might get a couple nasty looks, and you could do what I used to do, which is like I soak those looks up. I enjoy that. I'll take that. It lets me know that I'm doing the right thing. Let's see what Chucky Schumer has to say. I haven't listened to this yet, so let's see what we have here.
On the hantavirus, we continue to pray for all American cruise ship passengers exposed to hantavirus and those who remain in quarantine. I can only imagine how distressing this experience has been. The Trump administration's gutting of America's public health preparedness.
It's just that transition. I just want to let everybody know that I feel very bad. Compassion and emotions and all the feels and some tears. Compassion and Trump and blah, 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 blah.
Imagine how distressing this experience has been. The Trump administration's gutting of America's public health preparedness has made the recent hantavirus outbreak even more alarming. On the hantavirus, we continue to pray for all American.
It's not nice what I was going to say. It wasn't a nice thing. They can stick it. They can pound salt if they think that any of us are going to be doing that. We didn't do it the first time. And if they're going to try to push that kind of crap on America now, I wonder how that's going to go, because there's a lot of people that are way more awake than they were back then. They're not putting masks on. You see these videos of people telling people about how to put masks on. Got to get the masks. Got to get all the masks going.
And there's people out there in masks now still. There was less, but now I'm seeing it more and more lately again.
Got to push the fear. There you go.
There's one that I shared
There you
that
go.
is
Fear.
nothing to do with politics, so you could close out with it if you want. But it's a motorcycle, dude on a motorcycle.
Oh, that one.
Yes.
Fear.
Not political, but man, this dude is blessed. You have to watch it.
Fear. If I remember to put it up. I moved on from Facebook already. Where'd that one go? I had a clip I was searching for, and while I'm looking for it, I already forgot what I was looking for. It's amazing.
Should have stayed on Facebook then.
It's funny too, because some of these things on here are just so sad. This one deserves to be shared. This has to be shared.
Because you know you are part of something bigger than yourself. You know that you are part of the most exciting, diverse, powerful movement in the history of this country. And this movement is not about Republican or Democrat. This movement is not about conservative or liberal. And I think you're going to see that on display in a little bit, just maybe. This movement is about the citizens versus the oligarchs. This movement is about we the people versus the ruling class. This movement is about America versus the globalists. This movement is about all of us against them.
No wonder they had to get rid of him. No wonder his death touched my kids so deep. First one of the night.
Oh no! You're gonna talk about the mask stuff from 6 years ago again.
I bet you that person's always talking about J6.
No. That was 6 years ago.
It's
Strange
like
coincidence.
it almost strikes me as, and you'll have to forgive me, but it almost strikes me as stupid to have an opinion like that. Oh no, you're going to talk about the mask stuff from 6 years ago. Yes, because the mask stuff taught us a bunch of lessons about who we are as a people. It taught us a lot of lessons that we shouldn't forget. We should never forget. We always seem to forget. To sit there and complain about that, or you see people, oh, he's complaining about Biden again. Yes, it's a contrast. That's why history matters. Oh, look, he's talking about the Constitution again. Oh, he's talking about history again. That's so dumb. Why we need no history? Me no history. That stuff matters. It matters if you're going to teach people. And I'm excited for in 20 years or whenever history writes the books. I'm excited for the contrast that it's going to show between Biden and Trump, between Obama and Trump. That's going to be an interesting thing to look back on in the history books. That era where they're going to be talking about the Obama presidency, Trump, Biden, Trump again. And you're going to see the contrast between the inflation rates and all kinds of other things. And by then you're going to see a lot more of the results from this presidency now. Good or bad. Who knows? I said whenever Trump took office or whenever he won the nomination the first time, that it was either going to be a complete train wreck or it was going to be amazing. So far, it's been the latter. I know there are a lot of people that would disagree, but those are the same people that were saying that Biden had, his brain was just fine. Everything was fine. So
was
more. I think we almost need a segment, babe. I don't know. Maybe you can tell me, you're the producer. We almost need a segment every week, babe, on Fetterman. He says something every week that I'm like, man.
So hold on real quick before you get into this.
People will be like, don't trust him. And I'm like, no, I don't trust him. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's what
He's
I was
a
going to say.
statesman.
So he's all over
statesman.
our news because he's not following suit. And now we have the Allegheny County, which is the city of Pittsburgh. The Allegheny County council, I believe he's the president of the city council. He has now announced that he's changing his thing from Democrat to independent, and now the local people want to oust him right now.
They do?
They want him out right now because he's.
dare.
Oh my gosh! You don't think exactly like we do. Never mind what he's doing, but it's so obnoxious. Anyways, go ahead, Fetterman.
Fetterman is a MAGA Democrat. Yes, I don't trust him, but I can appreciate him. I can appreciate that he seems to at least be a common sense statesman. Never thought in a million years I'd say that.
Now, I was a table away when that assassination.
Oh, you were?
And it just, I'm like, I was stunned just walking in. You have the entire line of succession right there. And could you just imagine? I mean, we all remember Oklahoma bomb, right?
Yes.
They could have had someone, in a room up there, boom, and you could have decapitated our nation just in one thing with, a couple $1,000s of dynamite and thing.
And again, you can be, as we do, opposing Trump on everything that's important. But if you are a person out there who just hates the ballroom, that is a Rorschach test on you, that you go by if I hate this person, then I just have to hate everything they do.
Yeah.
And it's silly because this is the United States of America. We do need a place to have state dinners. You know what it is, John? It's the word ballroom. It's a funny word.
Yeah.
It connotes like some sort of gallivanting around.
He's right.
An 18th century fops with powdered wig. A ballroom. If they called it, we're putting in a state dinner pavilion.
Yeah, absolutely. And from a security issue too. Now, as drone technology continue to evolve, it creates it even more dangerous. And the thing, like, by the time we will be forced to vote on that, and then I'll be like, do I vote no because oh yeah, we have to hate that shit,
right.
I mean, but we can't just acknowledge, we should have a facility to accommodate these kinds of events. And I've followed your story, how long it took you to build your structure, right? I mean, this thing won't even be finished by the time he's done.
Right.
And this idea he's not going to build a Dave and Buster's. I mean, it's just going to be a ballroom.
Are they going to make you vote on this?
I mean,
he's right about the ballroom language. Like that ballroom sounds very Disney. I hate Democrats with every part of my body. Well, that's terrible. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Because it's publicly funded now?
Regardless at this point, whatever's damage done already, because I haven't described it as disgusting or terrible. And if you use private money, that's terrible. If you use public money, well, that's outrageous. And now,
meanwhile, the money is like 1 angstrom unit of a percentage point of what our budget is.
Yeah, right. Or it's possible he's being manipulated because he has brain damage. Wow. Wow. It's like they don't even see it. It's like they don't even know.
That's because I said or they said he's
I
a
put it
stroke
up.
victim. Oh, okay.
He thinks for himself?
Yeah, I said or maybe he thinks.
No, my point here is how this person says, or it's possible he's being manipulated because he has brain damage. The first person who comes to your mind when you think of someone who is being manipulated because of brain damage?
Joe Biden? Oh no.
This was the best Joe Biden ever.
So it doesn't matter anyway. It's couch money.
In my race in 22 was spent $330 million. That was the record at that time. That's quaint compared to 24. And watch the cycle this year. Senate seats are going to be spending much more than just that to build a legacy structure for the White House, and that's only going to be used from presidents that are not going to be him.
Yeah,
and
right.
330 million. That is about what a ballroom costs.
Yeah, exactly. That's
so
the thing.
You can either have a senator or
how much my ballroom costs.
No offense, I'll take the ballroom. The ballroom has a purpose. A lot of the senators you work with do not.
Right.
No, I said that's the TDS, this thing. I said that in one where if he came out for ice cream and lazy Sundays, we would fucking hate it.
At least he's honest about it. At least he's being honest about it. If he came out for ice cream, we'd be against it. I feel I don't know any of you guys are Breaking Bad fans, but man, that cast has really disappointed me on their political garbage since then.
Oh yes, I saw him this week.
In the show, he played a drug I don't want to say dealer, kingpin.
This is time for a revolution.
It's time for revolution. I say that too. I think that we mean different things.
This is time for a revolution. It's time for it, and they don't even know that's what they're starting. Some very rich old white men are exerting their power to suppress our own people.
And all them keywords.
A feeling
old white men suppress
of civil war in the streets, preparing the haters to hate, teaching them how to shoot. They're not even trained right, to kill. This is all a preparation for a very insidious problem that's happening in our world. And for me, I have to speak out that we will not be iced out.
Why do you have to speak out? How is what you're saying relevant to any real Americans like that live their regular daily life? His glasses probably cost what I make in a month.
This is not going to happen. They can't take us all down. If the whole world showed up on Putin's doorstep or on the Iranians' doorstep or in Washington, it would stop. They'll kill 550 million, however, but the rest of us
50 million,
would survive with a new. This is time for a revolution. It's time for it, and they don't even know that's what they're starting. But we have to be strong enough to know that we can change.
We have to be strong enough to know that these actors are idiots. That's what we need to know. That's all we really need to know. Doesn't matter what his opinion on it is. I don't care what the guy that plays the Hulk thinks about gay marriage. I don't care. I am not interested in any of that. Rightfully so. Okay, do some more. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Last year says this statement. Hey, Obama put a bunch of money into the reflecting pool too, Bev. Do you know that? A whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
No one
But it
complained
didn't-
about it.
I was gonna say, it didn't look any different, did it? I thought it looked the same. But I don't know. Well, put it this way: when I saw it, there wasn't nothing reflecting off of it. It was looking dirty to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Real dirty. I hate that when I go over here to look and see if I can find some news stories to comment on. It's never anything good. It's always like fighting in the streets or
As
this.
a Muslim, my response to all of this is do your worst. I'm not afraid. Because even
pay
if this
attention.
body is broken, the spirit inside of it, you cannot reach. And it will continue, and Allah will replace you. Whether I see that or not is irrelevant. But I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of the US government. I'm not afraid of the United States Army. I'm not afraid of ICE. I'm not afraid of whatever they control. Not only am I not afraid, but it is my life mission to stand against all of the above. That every single iota of strength, wealth, and spirit that I have until I die will be spent fighting everything I just mentioned.
America.
To the last breath, or until they cease their oppression, cease their injustice. That's my reason for existence.
You gotta be careful. See, that's the stuff that, like, see, Jake Lang, he's got a point. That's what, he has a point. But he's just doing it. It's just ugly. We don't need that ugliness. It's not effective.
No bad
We got to watch this just because it looks like, just from the picture, it looks like she's been drinking. Kamala. I haven't seen anything from Kamala in a while.
say, look, this is a moment where there are no bad ideas, no bad idea.
Okay. I got a feeling there's a bad idea coming. I can't wait. Let's see.
Brainstorm is what I'd like to call it.
Yeah.
And in that no bad ideas brainstorm,
yeah,
we talk about what we need to do and think about doing around the Electoral College.
Oh, what a genius.
We talk about the idea of Supreme Court reform, which includes expanding the Supreme Court. We invite a conversation about multi-members districts.
When they start messing with the Supreme Court and the court system is when that's like the end. That's like towards the end of a republic when they start doing that, because that's what you have to fall back on when there's tyranny in the government, and when there's that, then there really is no choice but the Second Amendment.
We invite a conversation about multi-members districts. We talk about that if we win the Senate, which we should and we will, then the Senate Judiciary Committee should have rules that they put in place so when these people come before as nominees to the Supreme Court and lie, that they are held to account and consequence. Not just that somebody goes on cable news and says they lied, but that there are rules in place to actually penalize people for lying to a Senate Judiciary Committee.
Aren't
there
already rules in place about that? They just don't seem to enforce them.
Right. She talks she says so many words. There's so many that are unnecessary. It's like draining to listen to her. We should put her on like before we go to sleep at night. Then we go to sleep.
Agree that it is right to have ethics rules for Supreme Court justices. And let's put those in place. Let's talk about statehood for Puerto Rico and DC. These are the things I think that
that's all. That statehood for DC and Puerto Rico is all about adding more Democrats to Congress. That's all that's about. There's a reason that They carved DC out as a federal land there for a reason, so it wouldn't be a state.
We've got to neutralize these red states from cheating, including blue states expanding their maps. And all of this, I think, is look, we got to fight fire with fire. These folks are playing to win. We got to play to win too.
Man, we dodged a bullet.
Look.
Boy, did we dodge a bullet with her. Oh my goodness. Anyway. Hey, tomorrow's Friday, babe. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. I'm still scanning.
Have a beautiful weekend too. I don't know about all of you, but if you're gonna have the beautiful weekend we are, go outside, touch some grass, turn the internet off. Go be a good person.
Turn the internet off?
Yeah. Unplug your router. Boop. My kids love when I do that.
Unplug.
They love it.
Unplug your router? What do you mean? You can unplug those things?
Yeah. You could like not have it.
Like the police don't come?
Right. They don't care if you don't have the internet. I'm gonna plant some flowers tomorrow.
I had no idea.
And hopefully remember to water them on Saturday and Sunday.
How long do you think until you murder them? How long do you think until you murder? That was a real question.
I'm getting better. I didn't
say you weren't getting better.
So I don't think
the question was, how long until you think you murder them?
I don't think I will. I think I will take care of the past couple of years. I've only had a few die out of my collection.
Well, that's good, I guess. I take your plants that are dying and I make them come to life in my fish tank.
This is true.
All right. Give it to him, Faith. No, not that. Put your shirt back on. What are you doing? Oh my gosh.
Oh, I thought this was OnlyFans.
That's not until after this show. But you're not supposed to say anything about the OnlyFans until after this show is over. Mags get a job. #.
Y'all smile at a stranger. Hold the door for somebody. Be nice. Just be nice to each other. That's all. I don't know. That's all that I have to say, really. Because like I said, and I've said in the past, and I say it again, in my day-to-day life, I don't run into internet trolls. They might be internet trolls when they're on the phone behind the keyboard, but in person, they're not so bad. Just say hello to people.
Crazy how that courage.
Like I've never, for instance, been in a grocery store and said hello to somebody, and they repeated 4 times, "Why does MAGA worship Epstein?" Like this chatter has said like 4 times. It's insane. It doesn't happen in real life. Just remember that the internet is not real life.
What? I don't understand all these things you're saying. Unplug your router. The internet is not real life. I'm on the internet right now. I'm looking at myself. Look, there I am. And when I turn this off, I don't exist anymore, right?
I just mean all the drama and the hatred and all the things that people say in a chat that they don't say in person, which is good. I'm glad. I'm glad they're keeping it in a chat and don't bring it out to real life. At least most of us don't anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, most of them don't have the courage to do it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Hey! Pray for your enemies. That's not supposed to be a joke. So for real, pray for your enemies because it helps you. I say that every time because it's important. It really changed my life a good bit when I did that for the first time. And just try to remember that, man, dude, we can joke around with each other. We're all in the same damn boat together. We can argue and fight and whatever, but let's not hate each other. Let's not let them convince us to hate each other, to hate people that we don't even know. And if I have offended you here tonight with something I have said, if I went too far, if I called someone a name, if someone's upset about something I said,
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.